Welcome to Tea Time with Marcella. Grab your favorite cup of tea, hot cocoa, coffee, or a cold beverage, and join us as we dive into today's topic. We should put distance in any relationship that is not going to aid in the process of our spiritual growth. We know that scripture tells us not to team up with those who are unbelievers. The reference is from 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter and the 14th verse. Don't be unequally yoked in relationships because light and darkness cannot exist together when one shows up and the other flees and disappears. In other words, when you have light, then darkness disappears. When you have darkness, then light disappears. So they don't exist together. They can't coexist. Don't be led astray into disobedience. Proverbs chapter 1 talks about violence, theft, discipline. It talks about guidance, understanding, and wisdom. Don't enter into binding agreements with the wrong people. Don't enter into contracts of marriage with the wrong people, because you're entering into a relationship that is already disobedient. I mean, for they will turn you away from following God. They lead you astray. Also, 2 Timothy 3:5 in the New Living Translation lets us know to stay away from people who act religious but reject the power that could make them godly. So relationships that intentionally cause harm or distress, or repeatedly happens over and over in a period of time, you want to stay away from those relationships. If someone is hitting or breaking things, if someone is assaulting you verbally, such as cursing and name calling and taunting you and teasing you, they have inappropriate sexual behavior, they're slandering or shunning you, not including you, kind of like isolating you. Those are not relationships that you want to be in. Those relationships are intentionally causing harm and distress. So you want to stay away from relationships that do not cause you to grow spiritually. A New York teacher had her class do a simple exercise about bullying. She had each child take a piece of paper, crumple it up, stomp on it, and really just mess it up, just wrinkle it, but you couldn't tear it. You just stomp on it, you beat it, you rub it in the dirt, but you can't tear it. Then she had them to unfold the paper, smooth it out, and look at how scarred and dirty it was. She told them to tell it that they were sorry. Now, even though they said they were sorry and tried to fix the paper, she pointed out all the scars, the lines that it left behind, and that those scars will never go away no matter how hard they try to smooth it out or to fix it. That is what happens when bullying or taunting or teasing someone or inappropriate behavior is taking place. That is what happens. You may say that you're sorry, but the scars are there forever. The pain they felt when you stomped on their feelings may never stop hurting, or it may stop hurting, but the memory of how they felt isn't forgotten. Jesus said in Luke 6:31, New Living Translation, do to others as you would like them to do to you. We are called to honor God with our words. See James 1:26 and Ephesians 4:29. We are called to honor God with our actions. See James, the first chapter, verses 22 through 25. I hope that you are encouraged to honor God with your words, with your actions, and with your life, with your lifestyle. Be careful of the relationships that you cultivate. Take your time and get to know who you are befriending and entering into relationships with. Make sure those relationships are going to be helpful in aiding your spiritual growth. I can testify that you will come out. God will bring you through relationships that are not good for you. He will stand with you. But look at the time that was spent, the energy that was spent, you know, on unhealthy relationships, that if you would have just taken your time and made sure not run headlong into it, if you would have just taken your time, you would have been so much further along in your journey with the Lord and in your growth in your relationship with the Lord. So take your time. Be careful. Be wise. Don't allow yourself to be in relationships that alter your life and alter your spiritual growth. Well, I hope that you have been encouraged and enlightened. Join us here each week at 3 p.m. for Tea Time with Marcella.